Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning show. Good morning, Andy.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I don't know yet.
I think you're tired because you were at Bonnaroo.
I was at Bonnaroo, and the air quality was very low where I was. No, we went to Pine Knob.
How was
it was good. I did not, believe it or not, I did not drink or smoke or sing, and I still have a raspy voice.
Wow.
I think all of us did from the air quality. It was a fun time. Looks like little Andrew and little Lucas there enjoying their first concert.
Yeah.
So they didn't even ask what the smell was. They did well. They were good. No, they're good. These kids know what's going on.
I
They're
wondered
smart
what
kids.
the marijuana situation would be now that it's legal, but
It's,
you can't really...
it's actually not as bad as it was when it was illegal,
Really?
in my opinion.
Huh.
So, yeah, they had a good time. No, the parking lot was fine, and we didn't really tailgate that much. We just got the kids in there. There were a lot of kids.
Yeah, and you sent me some photos during the concert of children sleeping.
No, those weren't children. Those were adults. Right in front of me, there was someone, and they were under a blanket, like they had fallen ill, and it wasn't like alcohol related, either of them. Yeah, people were dropping like flies.
Maybe they drank the water.
Oh, I don't think they drank the water. They drank the, a Bud Light was there. I know you've been concerned about the Bud Light. Bud Light was there, but the favorite was the Bud Light Margarita.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, it was very fun.
Yeah, right now 56 degrees. Our humidity is at 100%. We have an air quality alert for all of south central lower Michigan. And for the city of Jackson and Blackman Township, we have a boil water advisory. So stay in bed today.
These are like the alerts you get when you live in Texas.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's happening. It's actually worse in Texas right now. The heat is a big problem. But our air quality, it's the worst it's ever been.
The worst, in fact, air quality here is the worst in the world, well, except for Dubai. We are number 2 for worst air quality in the entire world right now.
That doesn't seem right.
Well, it isn't right. I mean, it's not something that's the forest
I
fires.
was not planning on that happening while I lived here in this country.
I think Canada is very embarrassed that...
They should be.
Yeah. I think that if it was the United States blowing all the smoke to Mexico,
Yeah.
we would not be embarrassed.
You know who it's like? I have a friend, and it's like they have a tree, right, with the leaves, and it's even so bad that the neighbor, they paid for only their half of the tree to be trimmed.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's kind of very similar to the situation we're dealing with the smoke, in my opinion. So, no, it just looks like it's 9:30 at night out at all times.
Well, it's going to be that way for most of today. Widespread haze and widespread smoke today, but by Friday, it should be all blowed over to the East Coast, hopefully.
Yeah, we'll see.
But it can be very unhealthy to be out in this smoke.
Let's pull up the smog cam, the smoke cam. Look at that. And this is what normally is would be a clear 80-degree sunshiny day.
Well, the sun is out, you just can't see it.
There's not a lot of traffic right now.
No, it's pretty quiet.
Pretty quiet day downtown.
Actually, with the 4th of July holiday,
It is.
people are starting to disappear. Biggest travel weekend for the 4th of July ever is expected.
Sorry to interrupt you for the third time. This is also the biggest, this will be the biggest travel weekend in the history of the world.
Really?
I think.
Wow.
How could it not be? Last 4th of July, we expected more travelers in the history of the world. So if we're expecting more today. Flights have been canceled, though. 20,000 flights have already been canceled Monday and Tuesday, and they expect more today. So hopefully you aren't one of those travelers that gets stranded.
The big problem with that is all the flights are full to begin with. So as soon as the flight gets canceled, there's not a next flight that people can take because it's full. And people are waiting 4 and 5 days to get to their destination or to get back home.
I got some people coming back from out of town. Thursday and Friday, and I don't think they realized that they were actually traveling on the 4th of July weekend, but they will be traveling back home, and hopefully they have smooth sailing.
Storms and shortages within the FAA, the controller situation is bad. They don't have enough people. So
I would fly in and out of only major airports if I was traveling.
even then,
Well, that would be the safest bet. Today's show is brought to you by Vermeulen's Home Furnishings. They're in their 3rd generation of being family open and operated. They pride themselves on offering high quality name brand furniture at affordable prices. Thank you to Vermeulen's.
we have a boil water advisory for the city of Jackson and Blackman Township. There was recently a malfunction at the water treatment plant that could have potentially impacted water quality. Now, the city doesn't think there's any problem, but they have to put out this alert anyway because of the malfunction. They did some testing yesterday. They didn't find any bacteria in the water, but they just have to make that announcement. And I think people are, some people are, oh, whatever, and other people are setting up a lab in their kitchen. So I would err on the safe side.
Of setting up a lab in the kitchen.
Yes, boil your water, use bottled water to brush your teeth. Yeah, be careful. And it will know Thursday we will have a new advisory. I think they won't test till Thursday.
A couple things canceled. Nixon Pool will be closed today, and and pretty much any outdoor youth sports activity through the Jackson Parks and Rec. So
And that's for the air quality. We got some good news today. The Biden administration and Senators Peters and Stabenow announced that one of the 162 infrastructure projects in the United States is going to Jackson. We will be getting $6.8 million for the Martin Luther King Corridor Reimagined project here in Jackson. It will involve reconstructing MLK Jr. Drive from South Street to Morrell, where the new roundabout is.
Is this new money?
New money.
Oh, wow.
Brand new. This is breaking news. They will be adding parking lanes, replacing sidewalks, adding a 10-foot shared use path, and it's going to be beautiful. So it'll be, I don't know when it will start. We just got the announcement today.
There's already $4 million ready to spend for the MLK Corridor project. So that's great news.
Yep.
For
Tree
that
planting,
area.
stormwater infrastructure, streetlights. Yeah, so it's all part of the city's plan to start working out. And there are some plans for the east side, East Michigan Avenue. There is some private investment that is currently underway that will be exciting news still to come. So some great things are happening here in our beautiful, beautiful community.
Wonderful.
So we've got a couple of other things. You know, the legislature, alcohol in stadiums.
Yeah, that's going, right?
It's going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going.
This fall.
Yep, it's going to happen. I was watching Drivers yesterday as I was thinking about the distracted driving laws. That's a problem. It's going to be a big problem. So we'll see how it goes. I'm anxiously awaiting seeing how it goes.
Well,
I mean, everyone has got their phone in their hand.
Lieutenant Tedrick Gibbs was here yesterday. He said that they are going to have extra patrols out this weekend, and they are going to be looking for the people not following the new hands-free law.
I live near Tedrick, and sometimes when he passes me and I'm on my phone, I throw it in the back seat real
Yeah.
quick. But they see you do that. He sees you. So, no, please be careful, especially in the summer when there's so many people out walking around riding bikes, and yeah, it's dangerous out there.
You can be inside today for the Michigan Theater movies. 3 movies today. We've got Super Mario Brothers at 11 a.m. and 2 p.m., and that's the Kiwanis Summer Kids movies continuing today and tomorrow. And then tonight, the Lumen Christi Robotics team, the Flux Capacitors, are hosting a robotics movie night where they will be presenting the Disney Pixar film WALL-E. And for $10 you get in, you get pop and popcorn, the whole thing all
Yeah.
packaged.
Have you seen that movie?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like, Brandon, do you remember the movie Fantasia when we were little? Where there's no talking.
Short Circuit, though. He looks just like J5, You're Alive, from Short Circuit, the movie. Exactly like Wally.
Really?
Yes.
Well, they probably use
They maybe use similar
same
sketch.
props. Yeah.
This is actually, believe it or not, this is a romance film.
Really?
Oh yeah.
So a robot falls in love
Yes.
a human?
This is one of the first movies Ella and I went and saw, and yeah, we enjoyed it. No, it's a very cool movie. Thing did over $580 million at the box office. It's
So
crazy.
it's going to be, and the air quality inside the Michigan Theater is good.
Our show today is brought to you by Homesteady of Greater Jackson. Give them a call for all of those eyesores in your home that you need repaired before company comes over for the 4th of July holiday. Might be too late, but give them a call today. I know you have a lot of work to be done at your house. Homesteady will take care of you.
We were planning on driving on Blackstone Street yesterday because it was supposed to be reopened. It wasn't.
No.
Jackson Street was still open. It was supposed to be closed. So maybe today that switch will occur.
There's been a few little closings.
Yeah.
I had to cut through the JADA parking lot to get here. So there's a few street closures.
Starting on July 17th, you could live in the Barbie Dream House. Yes.
Well, that'd be nice.
The Barbie Dream House, it's a real house.
Gosh, that's gorgeous.
In guess where?
California.
Malibu, California. Starting on July 17th, you can request to book Ken's room in Barbie's Dream House at Airbnb. And they're allowing 2 individual one-night stays, accommodating 2 guests each night. And you get to party at the Hot Pink Mansion in Malibu, paid for by Ken himself. I guess that would be Ryan Gosling. And this is a real house, a real full-size house built to replicate the Barbie Dream House. And it's an individual, a private individual owns it. And I don't know, he's got a lot of money.
Must be.
So
Must have a lot of money to do something like that. Good God.
it's a real house. That's a not live, but a real house.
Are you sure Mattel doesn't own it?
No, everything's real. But the burgers on the grill, they're plastic.
Oh.
Yes.
Did you hear about Ryan Seacrest?
Yes, as I predicted more than a week ago.
You did predict it. He's
did.
the new host of The Wheel, and he announced on Instagram. I don't know. I guess it's a fine job for him.
I think it's a good job for him.
Yeah. Do you think
he'll
Vanna
be
will
good at
stay?
it.
Do you think Vanna will stay?
Vanna actually has signed a contract for 1 more year, so she'll be there for at least the first year.
I think
of
Ryan and Vanna will actually do pretty well together.
I do too.
I think Ryan works pretty well with everybody. At least it appears on screen. Did you know Vanna was on The Price is Right? And that's where she was first
As a
discovered?
contestant, yeah.
How about that?
And did you know The Price is Right? They have left the Bob Barker studio.
Really?
Yes, The Price is Right packed up and left the Bob Barker studio at Television City because they're renovating the whole complex. CBS doesn't even own Television City anymore. They sold it for billions and they've been renting it. So now they're going to Glendale, a brand new studio for The Price is Right after 50 whatever many years.
Yeah, I don't like Drew Carey as the host, and I love watching the old Price is Rights.
Which you can. There's a Bob Barker Price is Right channel.
There is.
Which
there
we
is.
watched on our vacation nonstop.
That's right. Bob Barker is, he's the best.
He's irreplaceable.
I agree. I agree. Just like Steve Harvey in Family Feud. Although he is like the 5th host that show has had.
I've never been a fan of Steve Harvey.
Really?
Yeah.
I've always thought he was very funny.
The old Family Feud with Richard Dawson was.
Yeah, but he was a little bit too handsy with the contestants, so they had to let
get
him.
away with that today.
You cannot be as handsy as you.
Not in these days.
Not in really any days, but for sure not in these days.
A teen flying a drone is responsible for saving the lives of 2 people. This is unbelievable. Floodwaters in Colorado washed away a lot of land. The car went into a sinkhole, tipped upside down,
Oh my God.
and no one knew it. I mean, as you're walking around, you can't see, you know, it's below ground. And so teens flying the drone, Josh Logue, 18-year-old.
Wow.
He noticed a dark spot on a road by the foot of a bridge, and he called the police, and the SUV contained 2 people trapped inside, a 66-year-old man and a 61-year-old woman, in a Jeep Grand Cherokee.
Wow.
And the kid flying a drone saw it and called the police, and they saved their lives.
Where was this?
Colorado.
Wow.
Yes.
How about that?
Mhm.
Interesting.
Brighton, Colorado, a suburb north of Denver.
You don't see that every day.
So drones are good.
They are very good. Very good.
The next and last concert of the Jackson College Summer Concert Series is Thursday at, interesting time, 11:55 a.m.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
So it's the marching band and the band camp. They're going to be doing their performance.
Very good. And that is June 29th, 11:55 a.m. You better not be late. The Summer Concert Series in Jackson, presented by Jackson College. They do a great job. Wonderful on-campus events. Should be a great night.
Who's on the show today?
We have a wonderful show lined up. We're going to get things started with Dan Macknick from Willison Macknick Financial Services right after this.
Grimes Plumbing has proudly served Jackson for over 20 years. Water heater installation and repair, drain cleaning, leak repair. Thank you, Jackson, for making Grimes Plumbing your favorite plumbers.
The Enchanted Forest Bar and Grill has something for everyone. They offer a large menu with a variety of meals to choose from, including many Middle Eastern options, along with the everyday favorites. Enjoy live music and dancing, pool table, huge bar and large banquet hall, perfect for your next gathering, wedding reception, graduation party, and more. And don't miss Sunday brunch, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Experience a great night out at the Enchanted Forest Bar and Grill, located at 3705 Ann Arbor Road in Jackson.
At Michigan Center Schools, we guide every student in the direction of their dreams. We believe that when our students feel loved and respected, there's no limit to what they can accomplish. We offer fantastic facilities, academic excellence, one-to-one technology, and multi-tiered social-emotional supports. We believe we get the most out of our students when we prioritize relationships above all else. Michigan Center Schools, where your kids are our family.
We get many calls from homeowners who receive a quote to replace their entire air conditioning system when all they need is a simple repair. Before you decide to buy, call Lammers Heating and Air Conditioning to get a second opinion.
You could literally save thousands by having Lammers Heating and Air Conditioning fix your existing unit.
Call Lammers Heating and Air Conditioning today for a quality second opinion.
Lammers Heating and Air Conditioning, your factory authorized Carrier dealer. Proudly serving Jackson since 1965. Carrier, turn to the experts.
At Hometown Heating, Cooling, and More, we know how important family is. That's why we've been a family-owned and operated business since 2009. As an authorized Daikin dealer, we're dedicated to providing the best heating and cooling services for your family's comfort. So, don't sweat the heat or shiver in the cold. Let our family keep yours cozy all year long.
If you're looking looking for a high-quality, affordable alternative to the emergency room, then come to IEP Urgent Care's new location in Jackson. It's the same great ER physicians who have been providing care through our local hospitals since 2008, but now with a new location to serve you better. Our ER-trained providers believe high-quality care is for everyone, so we work with all insurances, including Medicaid and Medicare. Come see us on East Michigan Ave.
The Lost Railway Museum is dedicated.
Summer music is happening tomorrow night at Cherry Creek. They have a ton of live music going on all summer long. Sounds of Summer Thursday music presented by Visit Lenawee. That is tomorrow night.
Joining us now from Willis and Macknick Financial Services, Dan Macknick. Hi, Dan.
Morning, guys.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Doing great. How are you guys?
Good.
Yeah, good to see you both.
Good to see you again. We just saw you last week at the Uncle Phil's Barbecue. What a great event.
Great event. Very successful. Most money raised in history.
Wow.
We're now well north of $200,000 total raised.
That's amazing.
The last 22 years.
Over $18,000 raised this year, new record. It's growing and growing. It seems, Dan, it's something that people really want to be a part of.
Well, what a great event. Great beneficiaries, great sponsors, great partners. Lumen Christie is a fantastic host, and I'll tell you, the last few years have just been great with their involvement. Of course, JTV's involvement. We've had a tremendous amount of success, and you notice they kept us off the grass this year on the patio.
I saw that.
I don't know what happened there.
I saw that.
What a nice setting, and of course the weather was perfect.
Yeah, great turnout. We had choice of chicken sandwiches from Knights, Stan and his crew on the grill. Ted Christoph of Tommy Dogs.
Oh, yeah.
And Schlenker's Burgers. I have to admit, I had both the Tony and the chicken, and they were great. So.
Yeah.
There's Uncle Phil himself.
Yeah, what a fun event. What a great event. We enjoy our ability, I guess, to put that thing on, to help put it on. So we contribute some funds and some man hours. Yeah. But it's been a great thing to do in the community, and of course Phil's real passionate about it, so we want it to continue as long as it can.
Exciting times for you and your firm, Dan. You guys are moving, but not too far.
We're moving, not too far. No, we had a beautiful property fall into our lap at 408 West Michigan Ave. We had no intention of moving, but it was something we just couldn't turn down. It's a beautiful building. There it is, designed by famous architect Claire Allen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, did several of the buildings, including both of the buildings next door, which is the Christian Science Building and Weatherby Funeral Home. Claire Allen also designed the Aware Shelter, the courthouse, both here and in Hillsdale County, and those really pretty brownstones across the street on West Michigan and Washington.
What was the last occupant, Dan, of 408?
Well, we know it's going to work well because the last occupant was a financial advisor. So just walking through, and I believe he both lived and worked in the building. So obviously, things going well with Angela, so I don't intend on living there. But no, we're very excited about it. Yeah. It gives us a real great opportunity to spread out a little bit, add staff where we need to, because Willis and Macknick continues to grow.
Yeah, I love the entryway and the pillars to that building. Very cool.
What you didn't see is the back patio where there's a barbecue grill.
Really?
Yeah. So
there was a barbecue grill.
Oh, it's gone.
I think he took it, but
we'll
that's easily remedied. Yeah, and we call that the patio because that's right outside of Pat's office. So she can open those doors and lounge and recreate, I suppose.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So it was built as a private home, I would imagine, right?
It was, yeah, and don't pin me down on all the uses throughout history, but yeah, it was built as a private home. It was sort of in what was considered Mansion Row in Jackson. Yeah. and it was one of the first structures on West Michigan Ave as you come towards downtown. It's great because we're so, and again, we had no intention of moving.
Yeah.
We love the city of Jackson, and this just solidifies our
cool.
commitment to it and our investment in it.
Yeah, it's exciting. When will you guys move? Are you in a big hurry to move? Or?
We're not in a big hurry. We love 400 South Jackson Street. It is listed, so we're trying to sell that. Would entertain all offers, including leasing, if one were so inclined. But we think it shows better with the office furniture in it.
Yeah,
So we're not in a big
space.
hurry. We need to do a tiny bit of work to the new one.
I would think some law firm would snap that up.
Really
right across
quick.
the
It's
street.
it's a bigger space than you think when you drive right by it.
Exactly. Yeah, it's over 2,000 square feet. We have 6 or 7 executive office spaces in that building, depending on how you want to use it. So and it's a great location.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and the building that you're moving into, it has been maintained and it is beautiful inside. So it doesn't look like a lot of work is going to be required for you guys to make the move.
Mostly superficial stuff,
Cool.
right? So some paint and little touch-ups here and there because it's been used, it's been lived in.
Yeah.
So we'll do that, and we're excited. We're excited to introduce it to the community. We're planning on an event sometime in November to help
Cool.
cut the ribbon.
You've had just a ridiculously busy June. It started off your firm was honored in London. That was a cool experience.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So the top 100 or so independent investment firms that are affiliated with our broker-dealer Avantax are invited annually to take part in the Elite Summit. And this year it was held in London.
Yeah.
I had the fortunate opportunity to be tapped to speak in front of that group, which
That's cool.
can be a little intimidating if you're speaking to a room of experts and peers.
In London.
In
no
London,
less.
in London, it was very exciting, and we were able to take the whole family with us and have a great experience for a week in
Did you
London.
have to
Cool
put on
city.
a powdered wig in order to address the
He did not.
So I didn't, but that's not a terrible idea. I'll suggest that.
So I've always wanted to go. But for you, the tourist part, what was the highlight?
I'll tell you, there were a lot of highlights. It's interesting because when we went out to Windsor Castle to tour that and walk through and see where the Queen is interred along with her husband, that was pretty neat.
Yeah.
But one of the coolest parts about that was the King was actually in residence when we were there.
Oh, wow.
So it's just kind of the anticipation. Maybe we'll see him, maybe we'll see him.
Yeah,
which
it's such
is
an
kinda cool.
interesting lifestyle with the monarchy over
It
there.
is very different, and the people in England obviously embrace that. They absolutely love it. We were fortunate enough while we were in a taxi to see the King's car on the road, driving on the road. He was not in it, obviously, since we were on the road, but it's the only car in the UK without a license plate. It's not required to have a license plate, so that's how you can discern it.
How about the food?
So England's not known for their food. Fish and chips, we sampled that in a few different locations, and that's perfect. Anything sort of above and beyond and more sophisticated than that, I would suggest that the U.S. does food very well.
They don't do a nice filet Oscar over there, do they?
I had that last night, Andy, and it was good.
Oh, what a great opportunity, and I know you also were able to take Olivia with you.
Yeah,
so
that's
what
cool.
an educational experience
awesome.
for her.
Yeah, she was a little bit bummed because we had to miss the last week of 6th grade at Queen's, and it's kind of a big deal. But she absolutely loved the UK and just getting her passport. I mean, little exciting things that happen along the way. She really ate it up.
Yeah, very, very cool. And you timed it. I mean, that was good timing too. That's, but it's amazing how much you guys have done as a firm in the course of the last 30 days between, flying overseas, buying a new building, sponsoring one of the biggest events you guys do all year.
Yeah.
You have any time for golf, Dan?
Well, Andy, fortunately, yes, I do carve out a little time for golf. We've had a really fun golf week this week, haven't we?
And I was with Dan a few weeks ago when he hit the greatest golf shot of his life. He holed out from 186 yards.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it wasn't on the tee.
It wasn't on the tee. And it was such a good shot that the guys we were playing with bought him a drink instead of him buying them a drink.
How nice. How nice was that? But we were with a guy last night that had a hole in one. So
Oh, that's awesome.
yep. So that was pretty fun.
That's awesome.
That's amazing. Yesterday you said you know someone that has had 17
Yeah,
holes
someone
in
I
one?
played with on Sunday. Yeah,
That's not even fair.
It's not fair.
It's not fair. I don't know how long you've been golfing, but I've been at it for a long time.
I have one, and it was one. I think I was 27 years old. I'm due
You're
for
due.
another one.
Yeah.
So.
I'm definitely due.
Remember the hole in one I got?
I don't.
Father's Day, about 5 years ago. It was a hole in a tree.
Oh yeah, I do.
Yes.
Yeah, I do. That was good.
That counts.
Yeah, it does count.
That counts.
I count it.
Yeah, very good.
Well, we appreciate you coming in and all that you guys do for the community.
Well, likewise. Thanks for having me in, guys.
Thanks,
Great to
Dan.
see you both again.
Yeah, congratulations to Willis and Macknick Financial Services and Dan Macknick. More of the morning show after this.
Ammonite's Frosty Boy of Vandercook Lake. We have what it takes to keep you cool all summer long. Great flavors, excellent selections. We're more than just an ice cream shop. Ammonite's Frosty Boy of Vandercook Lake.
When 2 jobs aren't enough, they find a way. When there's not enough to eat, they find a way. For the people they love, they find a way. Some of America's hardest working families are in danger of losing their homes. But thanks to you, hope marches on. When you give $25 a month, you help families find a way to stay in their homes.
You never think about a good tow truck service until you really need one. Jimmy's Towing and Auto Repair in Jackson will be there for you in a flash. Our technologically advanced GPS software enables us to pinpoint your location and dispatch the closest truck to assist you in no time. Jimmy's has the largest towing and rescue truck fleet in the area, and we have the right equipment for any towing need. When you need help in a flash, call Jimmy's. Jimmy's Towing and Repair in Jackson.
Collins Brothers Floor Covering has been serving the Jackson community for over 80 years. We specialize in residential and commercial projects and offer a full range of flooring materials from carpet to luxury vinyl. With endless colors, styles, and patterns to choose from, we can complement the look of any room. Quality products at the best value and customer satisfaction are guaranteed when you choose Collins Brothers Floor Covering. Contact Collins Brothers Floor Covering and see how we can personalize your project today.
Today's show is brought to you by the Jackson County Health Department, working together to create a stronger community, promoting a healthy community through disease prevention and control, health education, environmental protection, and emergency preparedness. For questions about any services offered, you can call the Health Department at 517-788-4420.
Next, we welcome one of our downtown neighbors from Agma Brewing Company, Andrew Volk. Good morning.
Hello, Bart. Happy to be here. Good to see you guys.
Yeah.
The success of this beer pub is amazing. In fact, a new addition, your Sunday brunch, sold out the first two Sundays.
Yeah, it started off pretty busy. A lot of people have kind of been in there to have the food, the regular menu, and I think that just sort of led to everyone's interest in brunch, and it certainly started off with a bang.
Yeah, what a journey that you guys have really been on. It's amazing, and Bart and I were talking about yesterday. They're still trying to get you with the street construction.
I mean, I think every business goes through those things, and when you're downtown, it's magnified a little bit, but we're just navigating like we always have. So.
Yeah, and talk a little bit about the patio. What type of vibe has that added, not only to your establishment, but to the whole block?
Yeah, Well, one of the biggest challenges with AGMA is that there's 50 seats inside. So we are always trying to get creative with ways to expand the seating. And we had a little patio last year, just a couple chairs and seats, and we knew this year we wanted to do something a little more special out there to give it more of an atmosphere that matches AGMA itself. So we brought in a nice pergola and some lighting and some great seatings, which not only looks great, but it doubled our patio seating, which is a massive plus for AGMA.
It's like walking in downtown Laguna Beach. I mean, it's cool.
Yeah.
The outdoor space. It's amazing how that just kind of changes the feel of
It
an
really
evening.
does. I mean, we built it out in sections, initially putting the overhang and the lights and still keeping our old seating. But just having that instantly, just having that over you, it made you feel a little more relaxed.
Yeah.
And now it's at peak performance out there.
Yeah, I went down the other day to inspect it, and I was commenting on the slats in the roof, and I was informed that they are actually remote controlled so that you can close the thing in case of rain or sun.
How about that?
Yes.
They can open and close, and you do stay dry if it's raining. And it's even got its own built-in water draining system, so it doesn't pour over the sides. It just goes down the legs.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a very cool addition.
So not only have you been able to expand out onto your front patio, you are in the process of building an outdoor beer garden.
Yeah. Yes. So we were able to acquire an empty lot next door to us, and really what we're doing right now is making it look nice, and building some fencing and adding some plants, and some picnic tables. That's sort of phase one this summer. We're going to use it for events and sort of just overflow for people wanting to take food out there, and during the social district, some drinks as well. So.
Cool. Yeah, what a great environment, surrounded by some of the brightest, most vibrant Brightwells murals.
Yeah, it's honestly, if you look at that alley a year and a half ago to now, it's complete difference. Yeah. It's a nice place to be. It's cool.
Yeah, I think with Brightwells, we discovered all those back alleys behind your building. And I know the Chase has taken advantage of some of that space for outdoor concerts.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great area for things like that. We just had to put a little makeup on.
Yeah. You guys can your own beer, don't you?
So we've always hand canned on demand, and that had become pretty taxing on the bartenders. So this spring we invested in a canner, and we went from doing maybe 2 cans a minute to now we can do close to 50 or 60 cans a minute. So a massive upgrade in our canning lives. Our bartenders are quite happy with it, and we're starting to do individual labels per can now. This is our Doomclaw IPA, which is one of our staple beers, and we are just super stoked to add this part of AGMA. Artwork is a very big part of us, and to finally be able to express some of that on our actual cans is very cool.
Well, for me, you're AGMA Brewing Company. For me, it's AGMA Restaurant, because the food is I think that's the star, really.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't expect, that, but I think it overshadows everything else.
Yeah, I mean, Troy the brewer would probably disagree, but Thomas in the kitchen, they knock it out of the park.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not an item on that menu. Small yet mighty menu has always been the goal, and it has lived up to that name. It's killing it. Yeah, the food is fantastic.
Thomas is amazing.
Yeah,
he really is. You've got a real star in the kitchen.
Absolutely. I mean, he designs the menu. He came up from the first lineup iteration to the brunch, the new brunch menu. So he is absolutely knocking it out of the park.
July 1st already this weekend. It's crazy. We've got a lot of big summer events going on. What are your kind of plans for around some of the downtown events?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, we are really enjoying the cruise-ins. It's constantly bringing first-timers to AGMA, which is every new business loves to see that. And we're, there's some other things coming up, Beats in the Park, and we have an event in our beer garden called Art Pop that we've done in the past. And that's sort of going to be the unofficial launch of our beer garden. So that's coming up August 12th, and it's going to be a Saturday full of art and music and hopefully sunshine.
Nice.
Yeah, really. The downtown events have been so key, and I think Brightwells, as we've already mentioned.
Yeah.
But they are definitely bringing people downtown. I think the first cruise night set a record.
Oh, that was an incredible evening. And the concerts that Chase has been doing with Country Boots, those have just, like I said, brought first timers in. And you can always tell when they walk in, there's like checking the place out, asking for maybe that beer that they're familiar with that, they haven't had of ours that compares to something they drink. So it's always nice to bring first timers in. We love seeing it.
You mentioned it's got a Laguna Beach vibe on the patio, but the whole building, and I've been in there when I've heard first timers come in and talk about, wow, am I in Chicago? And it really is. It's amazing, the first class design and build out that you did with that place. It's it's spectacular.
Details, and it's all in the details.
It's turned into a spot where when people have friends in from out of town, that's one place that they're proud of to take. So that's got to make you guys feel pretty good.
We love that. I mean, that was the goal. I lived in Chicago, Kevin lived out in California. We brought these things in because we love those parts of those places, and we wanted it to reflect in our little spot here in Jackson.
All right, so the newest addition to the menu is the Sunday brunch, and that's you're going to do this.
Sunday brunches start at 10:30, and the kitchen cuts it off at 2:30, and the bar remains open until 3:30.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Well, congratulations on your great success, Andrew, and your partners, and thanks for coming in today.
Thanks for having us. Thank you.
Yeah. Andrew Volk from AGMA Brewing Company. More of the morning show after this.
At Consumers Energy, we believe change is preparing for the worst by putting to work the very best. Change is improving by replacing utility poles and redesigning our substations. Change is commitment to upgrading 1,000 miles of our energy grid every year. And change is confidence, the confidence of knowing when it comes to keeping the lights on, we're always on. Consumers Energy, a force for you, a force of change.
The Green Market at Henry Ford and its many vendors want to thank our wonderful patrons for their many years of support. And we look forward to seeing you all again soon in the lot across Michigan Avenue from Henry Ford Health. The Green Market, providing you and your family with healthy, fresh food.
Experience a community-centered school district where a small-town feeling meets a modern education. Welcome to Napoleon High School, home of the Pirates. Napoleon High School has a long-standing tradition of excellence in award-winning programs and a rigorous academic curriculum with dual enrollment opportunities, vocational training, and college prep. Napoleon is creating tomorrow's success stories today. Join the Napoleon Community Schools. Your child's adventure begins at napoleonschools.org.
The secret is out. Jackson is a great place to live, work, and raise a family. We are people with community pride, school spirit, and deep roots. The secret is out. Jackson has great parks, home to some of the best golf in the country, and boasts more lakes than you can count. With unique, locally owned shops and restaurants, we have a little something for everyone. Hey Jackson, the secret is out. The Heather Herndon team with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, serving the Jackson community since 2005.
Improving the air quality in your home
The Friday Film Series at Horace Blackman Park features Jaws, Friday Night Film Series 9 to 11, sponsored by the Jackson DDA and Michigan Theater.
One of the greatest movies of all time.
I think so too.
Our next guests are here to discuss their involvement with the Jackson Commercial Contractors Association and the services they provide, ensuring and making sure commercial vehicles are safe from Innocencio and Fisk, Bruce Innocencio and Jen Simcoe. Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, welcome back.
It's always good to be here with you guys.
Yeah, Bruce, as long as I've been a member of JCCA, you've been a part of it, but in fact, you've been one of the driving forces of the organization, and we're there at the very beginning.
No pun intended with the driving forces. Yeah, that's true. I think it's been close to 20 years, I think, that I've been involved with the association. It's a great group of people, and generally the whole gist of the Commercial Contractors Association is just to keep local work local, as you know, and I think that's happening. I've seen a lot of progress over the years where a lot of large commercial projects in the past would go to outside construction entities, outside meaning outside of the county, and I see more and more projects that are local being handled by local general contractors and subcontractors and suppliers, and that means those local dollars are staying in the community and circulating here, which is great. That's the entire point of the association, and it's working. It took a long time to get us there, but it's been a great process, and I've been really glad to be a part of it.
Yeah, it used to be filled with out-of-town contractors. Now, if you see some out-of-town contractors, you kind of
wondering what happened.
What's going on?
Right.
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah. And you still do see that to an extent. There are some businesses that come in from out of town. They have relationships with their entities, and you say, well, I'm not sure I'll give them the kind of business that I would give another company that's giving local people an opportunity. So.
But the other thing it does is when you have an out-of-town contractor, they do see they do understand the importance of hiring the local subs, and that's happening a lot too.
Right. Yeah. And we represent a lot of local contractors, subcontractors, and suppliers, and so that's our niche with the association, is to provide legal services to a lot of those entities and to give advice along the way. In meetings, we, as you know, will sometimes talk about a specific topic that's near and dear to our hearts that we think can help the association.
Jen, how long have you been with the firm?
I've been there for a little over a year and a half, and I've enjoyed it.
Jen, did you ever think you'd get to learn how to drive an 18-wheeler working at the firm?
I did not. So I just came back from Alaska a few weeks ago. I went with a group called the Mother Truckers.
I'm glad you said it, because I had it written down. And
Mother Truckers. So it's a group of about 25 to 30 women attorneys from across the nation, and we're all in the Academy of Truck Accident Attorneys. So we handle car crash cases that involve commercial vehicles. So we went out there. That's actually a video of me driving the semi-truck. It was a neat hands-on experience, getting to see what it's like inside the cab, how many gears there are.
And you had to go all the way to Alaska to find the semi.
All the way to Alaska with the Alaska Ice Road Truckers. So
There's a picture of Ryan when Ryan O'Dowd and I went to Montana for a similar experience, and we didn't have to go quite as far as Christina and Jen, but here Ryan is putting out the triangles that go behind a truck when it's disabled on the side of the road. And this is a situation where a semi was on a drag strip and was stopped at high speed by applying the ABS. And so we're measuring and looking at the marks that are created when that happens to determine exactly what the friction was. It's amazing how much work goes into determining exactly what happened when one of these 18-wheelers is in a crash.
One of the things that I think of is there's so many moving parts to when we have these incidents. The fact that a lot of these commercial trucks are so far away from their corporate headquarters or in a town that no one knows anything about, how quickly is that response time? How important is that?
Well, our response time to something like that is crucial because one of the first things that happens when a commercial vehicle is in a crash is they notify their dispatch. Dispatch is immediately notifying the insurance carrier, and the insurance carrier is sending out a team of people immediately to get statements from people and to get as much evidence as they can. sometimes we're contacted months after the crash, and then we're at a little bit of a disadvantage. So we tell people, as soon as something like this happens, you need to contact us right away.
Right.
Because there is so much information in that truck that we need to preserve. So for example, most people don't understand, but in your own personal vehicle now, if you have an infotainment system, that system is tracking what you were listening to, what app you were using, how fast you were going,
It's like a black
latitude,
box.
latitude and
Yeah.
longitude.
The
It
black
is very
box,
similar
yeah.
to what is referred to as a black box, which is neither a black nor a box, but everyone refers to that. And so you have engine control modules, you have ACM modules, all these different components in your vehicle are tracking speed, distance, latitude, longitude. You have people that are wearing Apple Watches, for example. If you're in a crash, it's alerting somebody if you have crash detection enabled. The reason it can do that is because there's a gyrometer in there that's tracking the forces that are on your body. That'd be great information to have. The problem is it doesn't last forever. So we need to find out when our client was involved in that crash and quickly assess what data is out there that we can get our hands on. We have a case right now involving a large company where a client of ours was hit at 57 miles an hour as a truck ran a red light. And we know we have that exact speed because we have the video from the in-cab camera that shows on the top half of the screen the driver and the bottom half of the screen what the driver could see. And as the truck is going through the intersection, you can see the red light and it says on the truck's camera 57 miles per hour at the point of impact.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's
so it's
amazing.
great information to have, but if you don't act quickly, you don't always have that.
There's a lot of out of state. We have clients here that have problems out of state. How does that work?
So we have a case. I am admitted in Florida and Texas as well, and so I have a case right now in Florida. It's not an issue. I mean, you just go where you need to go.
Yeah.
I have a couple of cases in Texas with another attorney that I've known since law school, and what we're seeing is more and more incidents involving Amazon, for example, because a lot of their drivers aren't as trained as they should be, in my opinion. A lot of companies they hire aren't vetting their drivers like they should be. And so we're seeing more and more incidents, and there's more and more pressure on those drivers to stay on schedule.
Yeah, that's another topic too.
Yeah, I would like to report an Amazon driver that stopped on Spring Arbor Road the other day and just stopped there and wanted to deliver a package, didn't put on the flash.
There's no punishment for that. That's why they did
Well,
that.
that's why you have lawyers. That's the whole point of what we do, is to hold these companies accountable. And it's really unsafe when you're driving an 80,000-pound semi down the road and you make a really bad decision that either kills or seriously injures somebody. It's unfortunate.
Now, Jen's been on our show before. Can we mention this?
Absolutely.
Jen is a former Jackson County Rose Queen.
I was in 2018, so I'm grateful for that experience. I feel like it has given me confidence to represent my clients in the courtroom.
That's awesome.
And it's neat to see how many people who have gone through the program have remained in the community and risen to leadership positions, and what an accomplishment to get through school and law school with all the things. I know you were working, you had the pageants, there was a lot going on, and amazing accomplishments.
Thanks, Bar. I'm a proud Jackson native, and I am incredibly blessed to be an attorney at Innocencio Fisk, and I love the work we do to keep the roads safer and represent our clients' best interests.
And I didn't realize this. You have an office in Sheboygan too.
Right. So my partner Christina is typically the person that's at that office, but Jen actually has a relative in Sheboygan also. So
I do.
So we have quite a bit of work in Sheboygan. There's not a lot of legal activity for the work that we do as far as competitors, let's put it that way. We're the only game in town that handles this kind of work.
Wow.
And so we have a lot of real estate work up there that Christina handles, and in other cases as well. But there just aren't a lot of firms in Sheboygan, so that works out well for us.
Yeah, we have a relative in Sheboygan, so maybe we can drive up some weekend.
We're right on Main Street. Right on Main Street.
Yeah.
We have a great location up there.
Well, great to have you here. Thanks for all the work you do for Jackson Commercial Contractors and all that you do in the community.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
You bet. Jen Simcoe and Bruce Innocencio from Innocencio and Fisk. More of the morning show after this.
Galazio Restaurant in Albion takes pride in offering homemade Greek and Mediterranean cuisine. Our authentic recipes, beautiful bar, and intimate dining area make for a truly memorable dining experience. And be sure to leave room for dessert. Dine in or take out with a large variety of menu items to choose from. You can't go wrong. Enjoy a unique dining experience unlike any other at Galazio Restaurant in Albion, creating homemade Greek food simply for you.
Parents, do you want to connect your kids with food, friends, and fun this summer? Free summer meals are available for all children under the age of 18, and no registration or ID is required. Call Jackson Public Schools Summer Lunch Program at 841-2693 for details.
Walt's Health Foods, celebrating 50 years in Jackson. The ever-popular fruit baskets are available year-round for any occasion and can be delivered locally, shipped anywhere throughout the country, or even picked up. With a staggering supply of supplements, Walt's Health Foods also carries groceries and specialty food items. Visit us at 102 West Michigan Ave in downtown Jackson today.
Give the gift that lasts. The Jackson YMCA has something for everyone on your shopping list. Skip the traditional gift of things and give an experience at the Y, where no matter what age, there's something for everyone. Give the child on your list a youth membership for one of our after-school adventures. Out of ideas for mom, dad, grandma, and grandpa? Send them to the Y, where they can enjoy the pool, indoor walking track, wellness center, sauna, steam room, and so much more.
There are few
The Jackson Fire Department is doing training today at the Blake Building on Michigan Ave. It may appear as if there is an emergency there, but there is not. Again, the fire department is just working on training at the Blake Building. So if you see anything on social media, it's just a training.
Yeah, and the fire department is under new leadership as of last Friday, the 23rd. Tim Gonzalez has a new badge.
Awesome.
New badge, Deputy Fire Chief. And on Jackson, we don't actually have a fire chief. Elmer Hitt is Director of Police and Fire Services. So Deputy Fire Chief is the guy that's on site. That's
Fire Chief.
Fire Chief.
Still a Fire Chief. Yeah, congratulations, Tim.
And Tim grew up here in Jackson, spent 15 years with the Jackson Fire Department, and he told me that he was very thankful that his superiors placed their trust and confidence in him. The fire department has always been a beacon of dedication, courage, and selflessness, and he's truly honored to be part of the Jackson Fire Department. Really well-respected department all throughout the state.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys for all you do.
Yeah, so if you see Tim, I think it's okay to honk your horn.
Yeah, you can probably honk your horn and wave.
He might be downtown today with the training at the Blake Building.
Might be. Today is our 900th morning show. Congratulations.
Really?
How about that? 900 morning show. So very good. I was a little scratchy this morning, so it wasn't my best effort today on the 900th show, but we'll try again tomorrow. You can join us. We'll have Tim Boss. We'll also have Todd Emmons, and I've been looking forward to have Todd Emmons on, along with Kurt Rudolph from Summit Township. And we will also have Rachel Buchanan from Experience Jackson.
Later today, from Henry Ford Jackson's new milk bank, Dr. Brad Judge, Kelby Wallace from MDOT, Tina Mercier from Gus Macker, Fran Adams, and Steve Tucker. All later today. We'll see you then.